To the class. Hi, everyone. My name is Dionne Evans Casey, and I am the leader of Collaborating Connections. I want to welcome everyone to tonight's Visitors Day. And we do this once or twice a year, just inviting some visitors to come in and share some time with us to talk a little bit about themselves and their business and make some wonderful introductions with or meet up with some of our members and share in some of the great information that we chat about. So, okay, welcome. We've got a couple of other folks. Pavithri came back and we've got Chris with us. Welcome, Chris. Um, Collaborating Connections has been around for the past 7 years. We started meeting in person in Greenfield, Indiana. And shortly after that, moved to the Donato's Pizza Party Room on the east side of Indy. And then once COVID hit, we went virtual with this Zoom call. So yeah, we've been around for the past 7 years doing this and absolutely love it. I really enjoy doing the Zoom because we get to engage with people, really coast to coast across the United States and even around the world. We have had international visitors come share with us, talk about their business and their interests as well. So, plus we don't have to travel, it's in the comfort of our own office or home and then just gives us some real time to have great networking conversation. TTR Networking is our parent company, and TTR stands for To the Rescue. The word rescue is actually an acronym for some of the tenets that we hold near and dear to our hearts as networkers. So the R is for relationship building, which we believe is the cornerstone of good business. The E is for education. So we not only come on the call on a weekly basis to talk to each other and share about our business, but we're also educating each other about some important topics and issues that occur within our industry that are relevant to other members as consumers, as fellow business people. And it just gives us a really good opportunity to get to know each other and then give more robust referrals, knowing that individual's business in more detail. The S is for success strategies. Even though we might be solopreneurs, we are not out here totally on our own. We'd love to share success strategies that have worked for us and maybe they'll work for you. So that's often a topic. The C is for community. And we're not just here helping each other in our for-profit endeavors, but we also want to help the community around us that represents, our customers, our support groups, etc. Those who are encouraging us. We love to help local nonprofits and community groups thrive, just like we want to thrive and to be an integral part of that. The U is for understanding. So as each business person is presenting their elevator pitch and talking about their companies, we want you to think about questions that you might ask in a follow-up one-on-one meeting with that professional. We want you to hear and discern what is unique about this person and their business in comparison to others that you might know. And the second E is all about execution. It wouldn't do us any good for us to come together on this weekly basis and spend this time if we didn't go forward and then try to implement and execute on some of the wonderful ideas that we have shared and to make sure that we take those warm referrals and reach out, do the follow-up, and attempt to share our products and businesses with others with new contacts. So that execution is very important. So that's what the acronym of rescue is all about, and we wanted you to know. We encourage one-on-one meetings. You know, we meet on a weekly basis for 60 to 90 minutes, but we certainly can't cover everything about ourselves and our business in that time. So, you know, when you hear an idea or something that resonates with you about another member and their business, you know, jot their name down, maybe write down a question, and we want you to follow up, reach out, make that contact, you know, meet for coffee, do a Zoom call, have just a phone call to get to know each other better. So, I would like to ask everyone at this time if you would please populate the chat with your contact information, your name, your business name, your phone number, email, website. And with that, I'll do a follow-up email to everyone from this meeting. And that way you don't have to hurriedly be taking notes and writing down everything as people are talking. If you populate the chat box, I'll be sure to share the details with others, with everyone. Okay. So on a weekly basis, I love to start off with expressions of gratitude and or wins that have occurred in the last week. I love starting off the meeting on positive notes, and it gives us an opportunity to share a little bit about ourselves or what's been going on in our lives. And just to say, you know, we're grateful for those wins. We're grateful for blessings in our lives, and gives us something to share and have fun. So I will open the floor, and if anyone has anything that they would like to share that is words of gratitude or a win or success that has occurred in your personal or professional life, please feel free. CB, I see a hand up. But you're muted.
It's like you know me too well.
Okay. Would you like to share, CB?
Oh my goodness. The whole week since last week has just been powerful.
Ooh.
Good.
You gave me that contact information for that gentleman who helps build like websites and stuff. But I think I found a workaround before I could really get connected with him. So I'm right now exploring that workaround, and that's handy because the workaround is free in comparison to hiring somebody to do what I need them to do. Sorry about my car going off. I'm a little bit.
Are you talking about Jeremy?
Yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Pavithri. Yeah, your connection. Yeah, it's a long story, but hopefully next Tuesday I'll have everything finished and it'll all be good. So looking at that there. So still working on everything else, have a little bit more time later this week to go out and accomplish some goals. So it's really just been a really good week all the way around. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of changes and a lot of new stuff coming. So yay.
Yay. Awesome. Is there anything that you need?
We'll get to stuff like that later on. I'm just working on gratitude right now. I
Okay.
just got a lot of good stuff coming my way, so I'm happy.
Wonderful. We're happy for you, CB.
Woo!
Thanks for sharing. Anybody else got wins or words of gratitude to share?
Well, it is October 1st.
Share a win.
Oh, sorry, Chris,
So
go
we
ahead.
I'll say we woke Pavi up when September ended. Green Day fans, no. No, I had a win last week that some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm fairly new financial advisor. It'll be a year tomorrow. I've been doing this. But not to toot my own horn too loud, but I was the #1 sales rep in the office last month for the first time. So I'm finally feeling good about things.
Good for you. But
Um,
only a year, Chris? You've only been doing it a year?
Correct.
Oh,
Super
wow.
fantastic.
Congratulations. Yeah. Very
And so that
exciting.
means I've helped a lot of people, is the other side of that. So that's my gratitude, is that my being successful means I'm helping other people be successful, which is why I got into the business, is I wanted to share my knowledge and help people. So that's my win.
Awesome. Awesome. Definitely something to be celebrated. You should be very proud of that. Thanks for sharing. Anybody else got
I
a
got to do it 100 more times.
You're
Go
going
ahead.
to, I'm sure. But yeah, you'll do it. V3, I think, right?
Yep. I was gonna say, so it's October 1st, officially the last quarter of the year. How we got here, I have no flipping clue. But thanks to TTR and Inspire and few other organizations, I have over 10,000 contacts now to run my email marketing campaign for handbooks for this for 2025. So I'm going to be running that starting about the 15th for anyone that signs up by the 31st with a discount code for single state or multi-state, and we can talk through that.
Wow.
Jennifer, do you have your hand up, or what are you doing? No, I'm like, I can't see.
No, it's no, but I am glad that we've helped you get there. So yes,
Yep.
That's my gratitude. And it's nice. Chris O'Connor, I've heard your name. I know who you are because you attended an event or two. But it's also nice to hear your name. A lot of our members have mentioned you. So I'm glad to see you again. So I don't know if we had anything to do with it, but you're connected to good people. Let me put it that way. So it's exciting when you hear somebody.
Patty's the reason I'm here tonight.
Okay,
the
well,
reason I'm here tonight.
yeah, but Pavithri, yeah, no, I'm joking. I'm totally joking. Totally
then-
joking.
On a personal
Happy.
level, we were in Chicago this weekend for Keegan's first birthday. So, I got to play with the baby all weekend. I can't complain.
No, you can't.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Yes, that is good time. Wonderful. Okay. Do we have anybody else with any wins or words of gratitude that would like to share?
I did just want to say that I invited Barb Stoltz to join our meeting tonight.
Hey, Barb, how are you? She just
I'm
clicked
wonderful,
on.
thank you.
I was gonna say, where is she? She looks like she's at a Caribbean destination or something.
Oh, wouldn't that be
It's all
nice?
sunny.
I'm actually sitting in a parking lot. I'm committed to taking a friend her son to and from piano classes. So I'm sitting in the parking lot doing business. So
Wonderful.
hello,
Thanks
You're
for
a good
being-
person, Barb.
I try.
And thanks, Deanna, for inviting her. Much appreciated. Do either of you have words of gratitude or a business or professional personal win that you would like to share with the group?
I'm just gonna jump back on here real quick. Obviously, I was moving from work to home, so I just got home, looked down in the yard, and there is a
Ah,
5-leaf clover.
my goodness.
And yeah, just sitting there, I look down and ta-da! So they're supposedly really rare. And of course, I'm wearing my lucky shirt. He has a 4-leaf clover on it, and I find a 5-leaf. So lots of gratitude there for the universe to provide me with such a unique gift.
Super awesome. I love it. I love it.
I will tell a funny quick story as fast as I can for some gratitude.
Sure.
I went away on a retreat. I felt like maybe, and we were participating in using a plant medicines for helping heal and grow people. And We didn't think that the medicine had any effect on me at all. I came home and I went to see my chiropractor. And I only went to see him because my phone had created an appointment that didn't exist. So I showed up and I said, do I have an appointment today? I looked at them funny and I said, do I have an appointment today? And they said, no, you don't. So how my phone created its own appointment and put it in there, I don't understand. However, the really weird part was that the phone created an appointment. They didn't have time for me, but they said, by the way, we've had several cancellations later this afternoon. Do you have availability? And I'm like, well, yeah, but I wasn't sure if I really needed to see the chiropractor. My back felt like it was doing okay and everything. But when I showed up at 4 o'clock and his schedule had cleared, he said, I always know when my schedule cleared that somebody needed something. And I just thought, well, I don't know what I need. I'm just, kind of disappointed because the retreat that I went on didn't really seem to have very much effect. And the effect that it had was that I actually was in complete silence for almost 6 hours. Now, it wasn't until I saw Dr. Cooper that I understood that that was miraculous, even if it didn't seem like it was miraculous because everybody else had, connection. They had something happening for them, something that was being revealed to them, right? I didn't have any of that. I just had silence. And Dr. Cooper said, Deanna, that's miraculous. There's nothing wrong with that. That's miraculous. And I'm like, how is nothing miraculous? And he said, seasoned monks cannot hold nothing in their mind for 6 hours. Seasoned monks don't have the ability to not have chatter in the brain, going, thinking about things. I could hear everything that was going on, and I was never distracted to follow those things along. I had 6 hours of absolute silence in my soul. So now I can sort of call back to that experience to try to get my own meditations to get a little bit more quiet, because now I have an experience of quiet that I can refer my mind back to. But it wasn't until I had an accidental appointment with Dr. Cooper that I realized that I didn't have nothing and there wasn't something that went wrong, but it was actually miraculous because out of all the other people that were there, they all had things that were happening. None of them had silence for 6 hours. So that's my miraculous thing that I'm grateful for, is that Dr. Cooper was able to take everything and sort of frame it and explain it in a way that then it made magical sense. But it was an appointment that wasn't there.
But wasn't
That's my little amazing story.
awesome?
That's awesome.
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 All righty. Good.
Okay, can I share something?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, something of gratitude is that last week, so we've been wanting to, as a company, we've been wanting to create a course, and it was challenging because me and my sister, being in business, we're doing everything from scratch. And then for the business to move forward, we're infusing money into the business from our jobs. So when time came to create this course and be in the opportunity to create this course, we're like, we're tapped out. There is no money for us to jump into this class that is about to start so that we can create that course. Well, we looked into the business money and we had money, which none of us thought we did, because we've been using our money to infuse into the business to make it work, and it's been doing wonders and amazing results that we're seeing with our clients. That's what pushed us to wanting to create that course. So we were so happy, so grateful that the business had the money to cover the course. So we were able to, for the first time, to use the business money to do something for the business, which is amazing for us. So we it's really, really good. We can't wait. The course that we're creating, I can't wait to put it out there. We have 6 weeks to do it, and super excited to be able to put it out there. So that's my win, my gratitude, my everything from last week.
Wonderful. That sounds awesome. The business is growing and expanding, and you're probably likely to help so many more people. So good for you. We're happy for you. All right. Welcome, Carol. Please feel free to put your contact information into the meeting chat. Likewise, Barbara, etc. Everybody put your information in the meeting chat, and I'll share that out in one document to everybody following the call. Does anyone else have words of gratitude or wins that they'd like to share?
This is Barbara. Sorry, I'm in the School of Rock. I just wanted to say I'm very grateful for all the connections I have. Saturday, I was invited to set up for a tournament for old basketball players, and it turned out to be amazing. And we got a lot of prospects from it. And my teammate, he posted on Facebook that his success would not have been possible without our product because he hasn't practiced basketball since March. And he got MVP, and their team won the 55 up bracket. But the coolest part was he had posted on Facebook about their win, and he had posted several pictures. And part of it was a picture of our products. And somebody in Atlanta saw that, and he's a big time networker, and he's signing up tonight as an associate.
Yay, cool.
So
Cool.
I'm very, very excited about that.
Very exciting.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. When the
And my-
stars align and things work out, it's just a great thing.
Yep. My Zoom keeps going in and out, so I don't know what's going on, but I'll try to stay on as long as I can. Thanks.
Very good. Thank you. Okay. Do we have any other words of gratitude or wins? Okay. Okay, Carol. Yes.
I'm sorry, I had to unmute myself. I am grateful that a lot of my friends in Florida were not damaged or hurt by the hurricane. I am praying for all my other friends who were very devastated by what's going on in Florida. Fort Myers Beach is just now trying to recover from Ian of 2 years ago. And they got such bad storm surge that they're starting all over again. So this has really become an issue with Floridians. But I'm grateful that my place did not sustain any damage and power stayed. It was all good. So I was because I had some guests down there staying while that hurricane was hitting. So luckily they're okay and everything is good. So, and as far as other gratitude, I'm just grateful for the opportunities that there are out there. Right now I'm in the next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of this week, I'm in mortgage training classes. I'm going to get my mortgage license, along with being licensed in Florida and Indiana for real estate. So that's another drop in the bucket for me, and I'm grateful to have that opportunity. So it's, I pray for everybody down there and everywhere overall, but I'm just grateful that most of the people I know they're handling it pretty well. So thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. I think we all have positive thoughts and prayers for all of those who were affected by or devastated by the recent storms. But and you just never know when it's going to occur. So to some degree, you know, your own personal safety, you try to get out of the way. And I guess that's, you know, we pay home insurance and rental insurance and etc. So that if our goods, if our homes or properties are damaged, that hopefully we can rebuild and regain some of that loss. But I hear that the numbers are still increasing as far as the fatalities that resulted. So
They're still finding people that are under the rubble and the rubbish of sand, buildings collapsing. And that's not just Florida, that's all up the Atlantic, the coast
oh, yeah.
over there, North Carolina, Georgia. It was just, it's devastating what happened, devastating. So
I traveled this past weekend from Indy to Michigan, and yeah, Friday,
mhm.
the weather here in Indiana was ridiculous. And that, I guess that can be my word of gratitude that I safely made it there and back to Michigan, and enjoyed some time with my family and friends. So you just
Yeah.
never know. But
There's some people around here even that lost trees.
Mhm.
A very good friend of mine lost a tree, fell on her house. Luckily, it didn't do a whole lot of damage, but she's begging. She was on Facebook begging for people with chainsaws because she's a single mother. She's a single person. So her son-in-law and daughter drove down from Michigan to help cut this tree off of her roof. And she was able to get several other people in to help her. So I was grateful for that too.
I love those stories of people,
Mhm.
coming together to help, whether they're familiar or strangers. When
Yep.
people go out of their way to help is
Mhm.
the thing. There is still
Yeah,
goodness in this world.
I lost a small tree on my rental property.
Oh, wow.
You did.
Yep.
Did it hit anything?
It's leaning against the house right now because I have to turn the power off to get it down.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
Hopefully my renter doesn't arrive till Friday.
Well, good luck.
Yeah. All right. If there are no other words of gratitude, I'd like to next invite our executive director, Jennifer Johnson, to give us updates on what's going on with TTR networking. Jennifer, take it away.
Thank you, Dawn. I'm actually sitting here thinking you can all see the crib behind me, and it is kind of obvious maybe. We are babysitting grandchildren, and I'm trying to keep it muted, but my husband's out chasing a bunch of little people around the house. So if they come screaming in the door, playing Monster or something, you'll know why. No, I'm joking. They are out there though, but thank you to everybody who's on the call. Thank you, Dawn. And I just love when we start out with gratitude, it brings so many things that I don't know that we would talk about if we just said new and good, which, you know what I mean? Because it's a little different. So thank you all for sharing. And CB and CB, I'm glad things are going well for you. You know, yet everybody would say it doesn't happen overnight. I know you've been doing it a while. So thank you for sharing it with us. TTR has a lot of things going on. This is one of 2 events that are happening this week. So on Zoom. So it doesn't matter where you are, you could jump on tomorrow night and join us for something that has become a regular TTR presents thing that I am very touched by. Hard to explain. My daughter's mother-in-law started a fundraising run walk called One Step at a Time. And I'll just suffice it to say that their oldest son committed suicide about 15 years ago before my daughter. They've been married 8 or 9 years now, but his brother had committed suicide, and it was a horrible experience. Anybody's that ever been touched by suicide, most of us have in some respect. We met them after the fact. Doesn't matter. That just means we found out the story, and as we've gone along, I am just in awe of what she's done. They've created the One Step at a Time, and not only is it a annual event that they do here in Ohio in Defiance, but they also have a whole program of helping teens and those that are, suicide risk prevention programs that they take to the schools and do all over the place. And it's a wonderful event. We've had it for 2 or 3 years now. I think this is the 3rd or 4th year. But Sherry Hammersmith tells her story. You don't have to jump on and worry about having to tell your story or anything. But it just makes it just like all of us. The stories that we hear, we connect. And if she can help anybody, just understand that they didn't have any warning signs at all. And unfortunately, she was the one who came home and found her son. But anyway, that's tomorrow evening from 7 to 8. And if you would, just like to know what, and I can just tell you, Sherry is delightful, and you wouldn't know they've been through what they've been through. But anyway, that is tomorrow evening from 7 to 8. Usually, and I will tomorrow probably follow up with this email, I will send out the link for that. Anybody who's part of TTR who's already been, Chris, you might have a different email, and Barb, I'm not sure, Barbara, if we have you in the system or not. But anyway, you would all have seen these emails. The bigger event that I really want y'all to put on your calendar is our November Fun Friday. And that is going to be on Friday, November 22nd. And you know what? You can look at the calendar and say, that's a long way off. But guys, it's October 1st. November 22nd comes really fast. That is the week, the Friday before Thanksgiving week. So what is that? We have once a quarter, we have just a big event, and we meet somewhere. And it's not just like this. It's actually, we're doing some different things, and we have some vendors, and we have one of our global partners is on, Pavithri, and as a global partner, they have a table and they get to share their wonderful stuff, and I'll leave it up to Pavithri to share that. But that is the last one for the year, and we've had one every quarter. We've had it around the city, and next year things might be tweaked a little, so don't miss this opportunity. Deanna has been there, and I know CB was a vendor one time, and so anyway, Chris, you might have been at one of them. Did you go to the first one? Maybe? Okay. So they've kind of taken on a life of their own. So we are glad that you have attended, but that is the big one. I want you to make sure you put that down. It's actually going to be on Friday the 22nd. It's going to be at Anchor Health Chiropractic, which is up in Noblesville. It's actually kind of on the verge of Noblesville Fishers. It's right around the corner from CB and the red-haired chap, right? Not too far from you and the crazy red-haired lady. But anyway, guys, those are the big things. We have meetings weekly for these groups. Collaborating Connections meets every Tuesday on Zoom, like Dawn said. And we have about 3 or 4 other groups that are looking for members as well. So just put it down on your calendar. Go find us. If you haven't already been on the email list, make sure we get you in by putting your stuff in the contact tonight, so we get you added properly. And I try not to send too many, but then I get some of them out there that have duplicates, right, Deanna? Some, I'm not even sure what I sent out. But anyway, hopefully, Dawn, that gives we have a lot of in-person and online, because we have members that are not right here, so we try to do both. And Carol has been in Florida once or twice, maybe, and you've been on our calls, maybe. So it's always nice to have this option. So thank you. Come on, you're doing great.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jennifer. And just to remind everybody, the best way to stay on top of the events that are going on with TTR networking is to connect with the website, which is, what is that?
Well, there's 2 different ways you can get there, but ttrnetworking.com and also to the rescue in.com. So it's all written out. And I can just say I was dreaming big when I created the To the Rescue IN, because I figure we're going to have one in every state. But I don't know at the pace we're going. It could take a while, but we are happy to have you if you can get that on there. And like I said, I usually take emails like you're all putting in the chat and get them added as soon as I can. So you'll get that. But
Super awesome. You
and
can
the
also
other
go ahead.
yeah, I'm sorry.
Amber.
One other one. Note November 14th, unless there's been a change. Sorry, Pavithri, I almost forgot that. We have our resident HR fractional HR person representative with Pavithri Kilgore. It's going to be talking on well, their questions, right? About HR and what else? That's the 14th, and it will be on Zoom. Go
We're
ahead.
gonna talk about the changes coming in 25.
Yeah.
And then also literally gonna be an AMA on anything you have about your business, compliance, government agencies, labor and employment law, whatever you want to know.
Yeah.
We just need,
Sorry,
yeah, no,
yeah.
that's okay. We just, I know Jennifer sent out an email asking for those ahead of time so we can have everything ready. So would love to get those anywhere possible.
Yeah, and if you've got, yeah, please, that's what she does. So take advantage of it, guys. November 14th, which is a Thursday. Right? Yeah, I almost forgot that. Sorry.
Good
Thank
deal.
you. Okay, John, go ahead. I've taken my time. I'm muted from here on out. There you go.
Nah, you're not. So, in addition to the website, you can also stay plugged into what's going on with TTR networking and collaborating connections through various social media platforms. So both TTR and collaborating connections are on Facebook and LinkedIn. And I also think that that Nicole Williams is putting posts on Instagram as well. So you may see us in any of those social media platforms. Feel free to say hi and feel free to share the TTR networking and collaborating connections with other business owners that you know of who may be looking for just some extra guidance or an opportunity to network with some wonderful people. We would love to meet them. Okay. We will get started with our roundtable of introductions now. And I think with the number we've got on the call, let's give 3 minutes to each person for an opportunity to do an elevator pitch. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your business. I'm going to put my timer on here so that you can hear there we go. Okay, and we'll get started with Nancy Vesley, who was the first one to dial into tonight's call. So Nancy Vesley, are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am. Thank you, Dawn. I am Nancy Vesley, and I'm with IAMERICA Insurance. These days, I help people with health insurance. I help people if they just have questions. I talked to 2 people this week. One of them was interested in trying to get off their employer's insurance because they thought it was too expensive and do something else. And so I'm talking to him about his options. And also I have another person that is going to be kicked off of Medicaid, and she was wondering what her options were. And just have conversations, tell them what their choices are. I don't like selling people, you know, chasing them down to make a sale. I just like to help them get their answers. And I also do Medicare, and 'tis the season, it's starting. Be ready, it'll be on TV, nonstop, in your mailbox. They'll get you, and on your phone. And they're on cell phones now too. I didn't think they could do that, but they're calling every direction these days. But Medicare and open enrollment starts October 15th and goes to December 7th, followed by the ACA. The marketplace starts, I think, November 1st and goes into December or January for a February start date. They've extended that season. But if I can help you in any way, or if you know anyone that's like, I don't understand this insurance, I can help figure out what the deal is and what options they have. That's it. Did I make 3 minutes?
You're under, you still got time if you got anything else you want to add. All right.
Anybody know any people with parrots? Any parrot people, bird people? No. Okay. That was my other one. Looking for bird owners.
All right. So if you happen to know of any bird owners,
I know a bird owner who has several birds.
there you go. I will shoot you over. Who's Your Feathered Friends? We are a local Indiana club that meets the first Sunday of every month. And every quarter, the first 2 quarters, we meet on Zoom, and then the last one is in person. And I'll shoot you the information just so you can send it over to her. That's, you know,
Happy
people
to.
there.
awesome.
Happy to.
Thank you.
All right. Next, I am going to invite Aline Clarke. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Absolutely. I'm always ready to talk about what we do. And I say we because I started this business with 3 of my sisters. So it's 4 of us, and we're fleshly sisters. I'm the oldest, and then there are twin sisters, and then the youngest, which is the bossy one. If you ever get to meet her, she tried to control all of us, which we let her. But but we created this company, Greenweb Legacy, where we help women achieve financial stability, and then we do that through debt management. If they have debt, we help you pay down debt. We do money planning. We do credit repair or credit building or credit optimization. And then we do mind management. And the reason why we created this company, because it's a company for women by women, is because we made so many mistakes. I'm married, I have 2 children. The twins are married with 2 children. And one of the twins has twins, and then the youngest one is not married. But over the years, we find out that it doesn't matter your financial, your family situation. We were making all the same mistakes when it comes to financial. And especially for women, we tend to yield to men to give them, okay, you do that, and we don't want to deal with money. So we realized that even her being single was doing the same thing, yielding to somebody to make financial decisions for her. So we studied ourselves and we realized that we can't continue living like that. We got to get out of this financial illiteracy that we were basically having. It was like a disease in reality because it created so many financial mistakes. So after fixing ourselves and understanding how we went through, we decided it was a lot of pain and tribulation. I'm going to say lots of pain and tribulation. So we didn't want any other woman that we could help to ever have to deal with that. We want to empower women so that they can make that decision. Men, we love them, but we also can make money. We also can decide that we want to be wealthy. We also can decide that we know how to pay the bills. We know how to handle our life insurance. I helped a client one time, and her husband, they were in their 80s, and her husband had passed away, and she could not find the life insurance document. It was 4 policies, and she could not find any of them. And it made me sad because I went and helped clean her house to find the policies, and we couldn't find it. 4 policies. So I never want another woman to have to deal with that. And the same goes for my sister. You'll get to know them. The twin with the twin boys, she's very quiet. When she talks, you're like, come on, Josie. But she knows she's a very powerful woman. Very, very, she knows what she's doing. She's super intelligent. She's creating all our Excel sheets. If you see any Excel sheets out there, it's from Josie. My 33 minutes are up.
Okay.
Super excited. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much for what you do, Aline. Your contact information is in the chat box, correct?
Yes, I put it in the chat box. Yes.
Okay, very good. Because I think that, you touch on when you touch on finances, you're touching on so many things that, any business owner has some concern over. And certainly I had the opportunity to have a one-on-one already with you. I think you are definitely somebody that folks would, want to talk to and get some ideas and clarification and understanding. So thanks again.
Thank you for the opportunity. And yes, I would love to work with anybody. We're an amazing team of women, and we'll be there for you guys.
Awesome. Let's see. Next, I am going to invite Pavithri Kilgore. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am, but Barbara put a note that she has to leave at 7. So do you want to let her go first?
Sure.
Oh, that
Barbara?
was, thank you. I was like gonna fade off into the sunset. My name is Barbara Stoltz, aka known as Indy Redox. I work with a team of individuals that represent a biotech company that has products that help with anti-aging, cellular health, and athletic performance. I've been involved with them for about 8 years now, and it's just been so rewarding to me every single time I see a new testimonial. We have a liquid that helps the body heal itself on the inside and a topical gel on the outside. And we just love sharing information and seeing results. So that's my 30-second elevator speech.
Yep, that just about a minute. So I'm going to invite anybody who might have any questions or comments for Barb, since she's still got time on the clock. Anybody? I know that I have tried the topical gel, and that has been quite helpful. And Deanna and I went roller skating more than a month ago, but we drank the liquid ASEA there prior to, and I had not been roller skating in years, but that product definitely worked. Because yeah, I imagine my body would have felt horrible if not for having tried it before and after we went on our roller skating event. So thank you so much, Barb, for sharing with us this evening and being with us for a while. But we've got your information correct in the meeting chat.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
so is Barb looking for more opportunities like she mentioned earlier? I'm just
Real quick, I'm looking for opportunities to set up for like wellness events or
Okay.
sports events. I really, my kid's doing been for this. So I like to introduce myself because we can do a lot of people and do a lot of demonstrations right away.
Barbara, I'm gonna reach out to you
Everybody, go ahead.
real quick. The 19th and 20th of October up in Noblesville, there is the Good Journeys Expo. It's a holistic, psychic, medium, and all that stuff. I'll kind of shoot you an email here and give you the information for the person who kind of runs it. But it's a 2-day event. There's probably 350, 400 people come through the door over 2 days. And these are people that are kind of focused on your product side there. So.
I appreciate it. I gotta head off to this meeting, but I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you.
Yep, thanks.
Bye.
Take care. Bye, Barb.
I'll just tell everybody that the one thing that is the most helpful to me is it makes it so I'm not afraid to go out and exercise fresh and play hard and whatever, because I know that I've got a little, safety net that I can take a little bit of extra ASEA and boom, enjoy myself, and not feel miserable, sore, and terrible the next day. It's almost like having an anti-hangover remedy, only I didn't drink. I just went out and exercised too hard.
Awesome. All righty. Pavithri,
Hello.
you ready to introduce yourself now?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. I just
No
saw her
problem.
message as I looked up and I was like, oh crap.
I appreciate you letting her go. It's difficult to keep up with the chat and everything at the same time. So I appreciate that you saw that and yielded.
Not a big deal.
Okay.
As Jennifer said earlier, I do fractional human resources across the country and territory. So as long as it's covered under US law, I do provide services. What I mainly focus on is the labor and employment law side of human resources. While I do everything hire to fire, somebody told me not to say that anymore, that I need to say hire to retire, but let's be honest, it's hire to fire, okay? If you have me, I'm just saying.
We're all friends here. It's okay.
Exactly, right? And you guys all know me well enough to know I'm just going to talk my mind, right?
Tell the truth.
Exactly. Yeah, while I do everything end to end, every single one of the steps needs to be done with the eye of compliance and legal, not just law-wise, but also government agency compliance. Because if you're not doing it in those terms, then you are setting yourself up to be, you're going to most likely get what's called a charge from a government agency or an audit before you would ever get a lawsuit. And government agency audits and charges can be way more expensive than a lawsuit would, because they can cost not just money for your company, it can seriously damage your reputation, and in some cases they can actually shut your business down. So those agencies are targeting small businesses, and my goal is to make them go away, because you can't stop them coming, but at least if you have everything together when they do, you're in a good spot to basically say, we're done. So that's why I'm like on this handbook kick right now, going into 2025, is it's not enough to have somebody that can help you. You need to make sure your employees know what's expected of them. What are their rights? What are your expectations? What's going to happen to them if they don't pay attention? So that is a huge part of that. That's about all, I think. And Nancy, you can actually send text messages as long as there is a unsubscribe or stop button. It's legal to send soliciting text messages as a business.
All righty. Very good. 17 seconds to go. Any quick questions for Pavithri? Okay. But if you've got time, put that event on the calendar for mid-November for a chat with Pavithri about, oh, okay. How do I stop? Okay.
I have a question for Pavithri.
Yes, ma'am.
When you say that from the beginning to end, when it comes to that, I'm sure you do, but just a general question. I'm sure you cover every step along the way to where if somebody does get fired from a company, that person can't come back and sue them.
For the most part, yes.
Okay.
Right. But here's the thing. In Indiana specifically, Indiana law requires that an employee has to go through every administrative avenue before they can file a lawsuit, which means they have to go through one of the government agencies first and see that through. So you don't have to have a basis for a case in order to file a charge with a government agency. So that's why I say you can't stop the government agency from coming. What you can do is make sure you're prepared to respond when they do come. Because if you make an employee mad enough, they will go make your life miserable.
Yeah.
It's a matter of how do you respond to that?
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Good question. All right. Next, I am going to invite Chris O'Connor. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, ma'am. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. I'm Chris O'Connor. I'm a advisor with Prudential. You might have heard of that company. I'm not a small business by myself. I'm a small business inside a big business as an independent agent. That being said, what I do is anything with a dollar sign in your life, I can help. For business owners, I got a checklist of ways to A, protect yourself, B, from the government, and make sure that you're not giving away any more in taxes than you have to. And then, yeah, making sure that your insurances are up to date, making sure that you've got your coverages for your needs through your business, doing it the right way. On an individual basis, I'm also a financial advisor. So I do everything from setting up retirement planning and accounts to looking at your risk and insurances to legacy planning for the next generation. I joined Prudential back in June. I had been with Northwestern. That's where y'all probably know me from. I took a hiatus from the group for a minute as I retooled. I joined Prudential because of a difference in philosophy. A lot of financial advisors are product centric. They're going to tell you, well, you need your insurance, you need XYZ, da 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 da. And they're going to sell you a bunch of stuff. Prudential doesn't do it that way. They do it the opposite way. We sit back and we listen to you. Our first meeting is just going to be listening to you talk about your goals and your plans and your dreams. The second meeting is going to be, how do we get there? And for some people, that's a whole suite of things. For other people's, it's you're good. We're just keeping you on track. It's a relationship, though. I'm not here for a one and done. I'm here to be with you through your life. And as your life and your plan changes, we're going to be there. A lot of financial professionals, they set you up with, I take your numbers down, I put in 2% for inflation, and if everything goes to plan in 30 years, you can retire. Well, I don't know what I'm going to have for lunch next Tuesday. I don't know what the market's going to do in 30 years. So why would I try and sell you a plan that doesn't adapt for the market and doesn't change with you? It just doesn't make sense. The other thing that I really try and focus on for my clients is making you world-class savers. The one thing that you can actually affect in your life is your rate of savings. Most advisors, they're worried about rate of return. But when was the last time you sat around your kitchen table and go, honey, I'm really disappointed our 401k didn't make 13% last quarter. You got to do something about that. No, it's, do we have enough money to go on vacation? Do we have enough money for this expense that popped up? And do we have the savings that we're not going to go into debt or get into trouble to handle that? So I'm going to help train people, do a little bit of mental shift into how do we make ourselves more efficient. I am a licensed security agent, so I can do your trades for you. Licensed life and health agent, so I can get all your products for you. That being said, the way I work is we do a consultation, and I get paid on the back end from, if you buy something, I get a commission on the back end. You never pay me directly, so there's no upfront fees or any hassles like that. I'm looking to build relationships with great people that they need a little bit of help, and oftentimes it's making the hard decisions that you need to do, but you need someone else to tell you to do it. That being said, did I hit my 3 minutes?
Yes, you did.
Okay. I can talk forever, so I'm sorry if I go over.
No problem. No problem. Well, you have shared your Prudential contact information here, correct? So,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
There's so much that you shared, I think that people can certainly connect to. And as I mentioned earlier, we encourage the one-on-one follow-up meetings. So everyone, please be sure to reach out to Chris. Before we go on to our next introduction, I want to do an opportunity for one of our giveaways tonight. And I have a Collaborating Connections notebook that I always encourage when you're networking, have a pen and paper ready to take some notes, jot something down. You never know when you'll hear something profound or that great idea. So the Collaborating Connections notebook definitely comes in handy. I want to ask, and if you're ready to populate in the meeting chat the answer to this question. Who knows what the second E in rescue stands for? And we went through the rescue acronym at the beginning of the call. Whoever, Aline wrote education, and that's the first E. Does anybody want to guess what that second E in rescue stands for? CB, execution. Yes, that's it. That's it. So the notebook is yours, CB. Let's see.
Hold on.
Yes,
Regifted.
regifted.
Yeah.
Well, who would you like
I don't
regifted?
last time we met, I got the coffee mug and I got one of the notebooks.
Oh, okay.
I'm good. So
Okay.
it's execute, but let's regift it out here to
Okay.
somebody, one of the guests who's come in tonight. Let's give them an opportunity to get something good.
Okay, let's do that. Then I'll ask the question for the guests who've joined us tonight. How many years has Collaborating Connections been active? Aline, 7 years. Yes, you are correct. You are the recipient of our wonderful notebook. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. But timely enough, CB, you are next. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Gotta get my timer up so I'm ready to go here.
Okay.
As we've been talking about tonight, this is October 1st. This is the beginning of the third quarter. What are you planning to do in 2025? Now is the time to start putting your marketing ideas together for January, for February. Everything that's out there, we live in a personal world. You have to be personable. People want to get to know you. People want to get to meet you. People want to get to understand you before they start buying from you, before they start trusting you with whatever it is that they are needing. And to that end, obviously, photography comes big in that. So headshots are an important thing, be at the end of the year. You might have a little bit in the budget to do something that will help you. And that's always a good one because it can be used on social media. It can be used all sorts of different ways for your marketing pieces, for just anything that's out there. Personal branding is also a big one as well. And people understand, there goes the dogs on someone passing. Hold on a second. Sorry, my office is by the front door and we have a dog that just believes barking and everyone wants her opinion. So anyway, personal branding, they get to know you, they get to see your values, they get to see who you are, not just a headshot, but this is more in depth. This is your work environment. This is with where you're working, what you're doing, and all those things as well. So it's a great way to market yourself in a broader sense, because whether you're using Facebook or Instagram or I know in Chris's sense, because obviously everything he does has to be approved 1 or 2 levels above him. It's a way that you can market yourself in a more full and more how to put it, broad way. So look at those things that you're looking to do now for 2025 and let me know, because before you know it, you're going to be saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Kwanzaa, whatever it is. And you're going to be trying to get things going for 2025 and you're going to be behind because you didn't take advantage of it here in the third quarter. So 15 seconds left. So thank you so much. My contact information's in there, CB Bjork, Ascension Imaging Studio. Please feel free to give me an email and I'll be happy to reach back and let's get something set up. 3 seconds and I'm done. Yes.
Woohoo. All right. Thank you so much, CVBR. I love that you put it in people's minds too. Whoops, that one was mine. To plan for next year or even plan for this holiday season. There's still time to get something photographic, photogenic out there to brand yourself and get in front of your clients for the holidays. So thanks again, CV. Next
You
on,
got to tell people about the spirit photography.
Well, good journey. You've gone there, so let's go there. As I was telling Barbara, the 19th and 20th of October, up in Noblesville at the Hamilton County Fairgrounds, there's a Good Journeys Expo. I believe in a 5-finger rule. Okay. In order to be really successful, you got to have 5 income streams, because if you lose a stream and it goes away, you still have 4 that are working. And so by having 5, which strangely enough, I have the 5 out there between my job. I work also as a psychic medium. I do tarot, Akashic Records, mediumship, all of that, which is part of what Chris is. He's over there for me, so I'm pointing that way. Chris is talking about, I have a friend named Jason. He has an aura camera. What the aura camera does is you sit down, you place your hand on some pads, and it basically takes a photograph of your electromagnetic field, which is also known as an aura. And then either myself or the crazy red-haired lady reads the aura, reads the picture, and kind of explains it to you what's going on in your energy and everything from there. So while I don't really do the photography on that one, I read the photography there. Saturday it is 10 to 6 and Sunday it's 11 to 5. It's at the big building at the fairgrounds. I want to say it's like $15 for an entry, and then there's a whole bunch of people there that do all sorts of things. Possibly Barbara will be there. I don't know. I already texted her or emailed her the information. There's crystals, there's readers, there's Reiki. There's just a whole bunch of different holistic services that you can find there. So if you're into that, come out and see us. My wife, the crazy red-haired lady, Catherine Brajas Bjork, will be there as well. So come and see us on that too. So
send me the information for that so that we can post on the TTR networking and collaborating.
I'll put it over on that as well, because
okay, very good.
It's a great weekend. It's a open, loving community. So it's just a great place to be. So hope to see everybody there.
All righty. Next up, I have Deanna Morae. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, ma'am. Here's my most important message for everyone. If you don't make time for your wellness, you will be forced to make time for your illness. What we do at ReZenergize Sanctuary has everything to do with helping people overcome whatever it is that keeps their body from healing itself. And the equipment that we have at our sanctuary does a miraculous job at actually helping people empower their bodies so their bodies can heal themselves. But one of the things that I'm going to share with everybody, because it's that season, it's a season that we're indoors more, that we're sharing environments more, and that it's more likely that we have a chance to get sick or catch colds or even catch COVID. So to that end, I just want to make sure that everybody knows everything we do at ReZenergize Sanctuary is about helping people think about what they eat, what they drink, and what they breathe. This is a travel-sized personal air purifier. What it does is it actually uses ionic technology. And when you wear it, you see how she's wearing it around her neck? So if you're traveling, if you're going in an airplane, if you're going to be in small spaces, if you have any concern about any of those colds and sicknesses and illnesses that come up, this is a perfect device to just wear right around your neck. It's not very heavy at all. And it's one way that you can start protecting yourself now from colds, viruses, bacteria, COVID, etc. So ReZenergize Sanctuary, what we do is we help people take the most wonderful little 2-hour nap. And when you do that, you're re-energizing your body, re-energizing your, they've even found in research studies, in lab studies, they have found evidence of DNA repair. As we age, our DNA breaks down, and I didn't even know that our DNA breaks down in little ladders and little pieces and chunks fall off, and our bodies are making new cells according to the instructions of that DNA. So to have our DNA repair itself is one of the best ways to support anti-aging. Does anybody have any questions?
I have a friend who is a 3-time breast cancer survivor, and she swears by those units when she's out in public. And she's gone through chemo 3 times. So think about what that does to your body. I mean, chemo's not a weekend vacation by any means. And when she's out in public at shows and stuff, she's always got one of those units on her because she cannot allow sickness, illness to get into her body because her body's just been so beaten by the chemo. She's probably 67 or 68. And from about the time she's 40, she was first diagnosed with breast cancer. And so she's fought it 3 times and she's succeeded with it 3 times. And it's just a great unit to have. So, yep.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, CB. This is actually the unit that you can put in your home, but you'll notice the Air Surface Pro. One of the things that I love about it is that it is actually, they are allowed to advertise that it kills 99.99% of all COVID virus, bacteria, fungus, mold, et cetera, because they've been able to prove it. And the nice thing about it is NASA is actually using this technology in all of their buildings because they've been so impressed with what it does. So we do so much more than just your really wonderful, healthy nap. We also help educate and support people in staying well.
Awesome.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Is it a science-based unit, or like I've never heard of that? Like,
This one?
Either one of them. This one, yes.
Yes, these are all backed in science and FDA approved, and they're actually have been able to prove their efficiency and effectiveness, which is why they're allowed to advertise it. So it's all science-based.
That's awesome. Is it just that unit that you have to wear, or do you have to eat, drink, do something else once with the unit?
In terms of the air that you're breathing and helping you to stay healthy and well in public environments, this is all you need. In terms of what we help people to understand at ReZenergize Sanctuary, it's about helping to educate people and find the products that support them. One of the products that Barbara was talking about was this one. And we share this with everybody because we have seen the evidence in people and in ourselves of how effective it works. So everything that we have at ReZenergize Sanctuary, including the personal devices, my husband has to travel for a living. He does not go on an airplane without one of these, just sits on his neck or sits in his pocket, right?
Does it go to TSA without any issues?
No issues.
You have to remove
You just have
it?
a little on-off button on the side, and then you have these little, you can put it on a cord, you can put it on a chain, you can put it in your pocket.
Okay.
You have your
I hate to
information on
interrupt.
the...
We're
Yep.
going to make sure that we get everybody's introductions in, but this is an
Yes.
excellent
I'm
opportunity
sorry.
for the follow-up one-on-one connection. So I'll encourage that at this time. Next, I would like to move on to Carol Blackmon. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. I am Carol Blackmon, and I am a real estate agent. And my tagline is, it's all about you, because it is. That's my goal. I have a passion for helping people. And I got into this business after I retired from another career because I heard the nightmare stories and I heard the complaints and people upset about what their agent did, or somebody lied to me and this, that, and the other. And I thought, and I was in the same boat. That happened to me too. So I got into this business to help people. It's not about the money. yes, I need to make some kind of an income, but I do this to help people. So I'm looking for people that might be wanting to move soon, later in the next year, or they're just wanting to buy a home. Interest rates are dropping, by the way. Elections coming up, so they're trying to drop the rates. So that's a good thing, but they've dropped them a half a basis, 50 basis points, which is a half of a percentage point. But we're looking forward to further rate drops in the next year, hopefully one by the end of the year. So people are starting to buy again, which is really good news. So things are picking up a little bit, and I'm excited for it. If you know of anybody that is even wanting to move out of the country, let's say you want to move to Spain or to Guam or to Puerto Rico or Costa Rica, I can find you an agent there. We're a global company. We're in 28 countries. I'm with eXp Realty. We're in 28 countries right now. So I can find you somebody anywhere in the United States and most every single country. So I'm excited about what I do. I love what I do. And it's just kind of part of my nature to want to help people. So that's who I am, and that's what I'm about.
Super fantastic.
Thank you.
I love to read your posts when you're helping your clients, Carol, and likewise when you posted today about the testing or training
license
you completed ahead of time. You stay on top of things, which really ultimately helps your clients. So thanks for all that you do.
Thank you.
Okay. Dionne Robinson, it is so nice to see you here on Collaborating Connections. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
I am, and I have changed again. I am we're not doing the transportation business anymore. And when I first was here, I used to belong to Collaborating Connections a long time ago. I was doing Color Street. Now, then my husband and I was trying to do transportation logistics, but it just hasn't worked out. And I was like, I got to let it go. I got to do what I know best, and that's healthcare. I've been occupational therapist for over 20 years. And so now what I'm doing, I'm not asking folks, I'm asking people for diabetic supplies right now. I'm becoming like a wholesaler, but right now just buying them. And for people who, they get extra insurance, they might like sensors, they might get 4 or 5 of them, but they only use 2. Or diabetic test strips that they get 6 of them, they only use 1 box. And they have all these extra. And, like the holidays are coming up, everybody's talking about that. They might need extra money. So I pay cash, excuse me, or use Cash App, things like that to buy their products. So I buy a variety of different ones, but my whole goal is really to be a healthcare supply company. That's my progression to get there. And, quality supplies, supporting health. That's basically what it is. But right now, that's what I'm buying, diabetic supplies of a variety of different things.
All right. You've still got just over a minute. Do you want to get specific into what things you're looking for, or what type of people you're looking to be connected with?
Okay, a lot of times it's seniors. It can be people in like if home health agencies that like, hey, I got people here, they're just got all these extra supplies. So like I said, test strips, lancets, Dexcom, Omnipods, nicotine patches, nicotine gum, as long as it's still sealed, like it's brand new in the box. Not expired. Depending the price or what I quote you can be different depending on the expiration date or how soon it is. So that's what I'm looking for, people who basically are diabetics, and if they have extra supplies that they want to sell.
Awesome. Oh, here we go.
Oh, I made it under, yeah, hey.
Here we go. Okay. All righty. Thank you so much, Dionne. And Jennifer Johnson. She
You
does-
don't need, they don't need to hear from me. I'm just glad that Dionne is on. I'm glad everybody's on. Aline, I say it right, darn it. So good to see you on here too. So thank you all for being on. Dawn, you always save yourself for last, and you're sweet to do that. But
You don't want to share about
no,
Q&A?
no. No, if they can watch the replay, that's what I do.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Or what? I didn't do it. You guys did it. You know what I mean? We come together because, yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Well, rather quickly, I will go through my spiel. I'm actually, when I started with TTR networking several years ago, even before I branched out into leading the collaborating connections, I came to TTR with my first business, which was travel and spa travel. I am a certified travel agent, all about relaxed adventure, wanting to help people have memorable, enjoyable travel experiences. So whether that's a cruise or a cross-country trip, a destination rail, a weekend away at a hotel, whatever, spa travel is here to help. From spa travel, I branched into, both my husband and I love genealogy and family history. And we started a nonprofit together to help families learn the basics of family history and genealogy, how to do their own research, and how to pull the items that they gather into a wonderful keepsake that they can continue to build on and pass to future generations. So that nonprofit is called Claiming Your Roots. And we have a Facebook page that gives tips and tricks, how to do the research, how to deal with the brick walls when you feel stalled and you can't get more information, how best to reach out to your family members and have those effective, fruitful, productive conversations. So Claiming Your Roots was my next business. Then following that, I got into Nicole Williams, who is also a TTR board member. She started doing the blogging and started off a beta group of bloggers where she wanted to teach and guide people how to do that. And so I took the class. Now, I was never into writing, never thought much of myself as a writer. And she said, well, choose something that you have a passion about. For me, that was chocolate. So I now write a blog about chocolate that's on Facebook called Cheerful Chocolate Spirit. Have a product line of totes and shirts and so forth with the Cheerful Chocolate Spirit logo. And I just love to share the joy of chocolate through recipes and poetry and pictures and quips and stories with other like-minded people who just enjoy chocolate as well. So if you ever need a break from a busy or chaotic day and just want to dive into some chocolate fantasy and fun, check out my blog, Cheerful Chocolate Spirit. And all of these different businesses are all my core and my passion. I pull them all together through my next business, which is Send Out Cards and Promptings, which is all about gratitude, connection, showing appreciation, staying in contact. So I share with my clients, my family, my friends, etc., through Send Out Cards, which you can create a computer-generated card, include the picture and words that you love, and send it with gifts, sometimes chocolate, sometimes all types of gifts. just to touch base with somebody and let them know that you're thinking about them and appreciating them. It is an affiliate business as well. So if anybody is interested in becoming a gratitude consultant through send out cards and promptings, I'd be happy to talk about that as well. But all of that is me in a nutshell, and I love sharing it with everybody through collaborating connections and leading this group on a weekly basis. I absolutely love that you all have listened tonight to each other and thought of questions and thought of, you know, what you want to talk about when you do your one-on-one connections. So please don't forget, as soon as I get ready, get finished with the call and save the recording, I'm going to make sure that I pull the chat information into an email to share with each and every one of you so that you can do your follow-ups and stay connected and share wonderful ideas and make some wonderful referrals. So before I wrap it up tonight, does anybody have anything that they'd like to share for the cause? And I just want to say mostly, though, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you sharing. And it's been a wonderful evening overall. So thank you all for being here for our Visitors Day.
I would just, oh shoot, am I, okay, I'm not muted. I would just encourage everybody to come back next week. You're all laughing at me. I thought I was muted. Then I wasn't muted, but I am muted. But, you know, I think we figure out ways to work together, even if you kind of wonder, do I overlap with this person or do I do that? Whatever, or, you know, we just want you to come back and we'll figure that out. This is a visitor day, but like Dawn and I were talking earlier, we meet every Tuesday night. So, you know, generally, you know, we want visitors. So come and join us. I think, Dawn, you would agree, right? If there's, you know, overlapping, we usually try to kind of figure that out within the group. You know, just figure it, if it doesn't work for this group, then maybe there's another group that would work. I will give Dawn credit. She's the only one that has an evening group. And for some people, that is the only time that works. For some people, Tuesday night's really difficult, you know, at certain times a year, maybe. But we thank you, Dawn, for doing what you do. So thank you very much. I appreciate you.
Just remember, the people who need to find you will find you. And the people who need to find you will find you as well. It doesn't matter if there's however many people on here and how it crosses or whatever. Everybody's different. Everybody works in a slightly different way.
Right.
And some energy for some people will be attracted to your energy and another person's energy, and it's okay. But just let the blessings happen, let the energy come in, and it will happen.
Awesome.
For you.
I love that. I love
Mic drop, mic drop.
So we record this meeting so that we can share it on our Collaborating Connections YouTube channel, which is just another way that more people get to see and hear about us and our businesses and share Collaborating Connections, share that networking energy, and perhaps reach out to you. So thank you once again for being here. Please feel free to watch other meetings on our Collaborating Connections YouTube channel. And I want to invite our visitors, come back and visit with us again. We have truly enjoyed you. Everybody go forward, have a wonderfully productive rest of the week, and we'll see you right here next Tuesday night on Zoom.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Be safe. Thanks.